In this video, I've called it 4 Steps to Indestructible Self-Belief. That's what everybody wants, isn't it? That's the answer to everything if you believe in yourself. If you want to know more, please carry on and watch this video. Welcome to my channel. My name's Lorraine and I help people live with passion, purpose and positivity. Let's dive right into this video. 4 steps to indestructible self-belief. Wow. Who would like indestructible self-belief? I know you would, and I'm working on it as well. In fact, I'm more or less there. Are you joking? Anyway, but no, I'm always working on believing in myself, and I know it's got to come from inside me. You can't get self-belief from other people. It's got to come from yourself. So step number 1, I'd say, intend it every morning. When you intend every morning to have self-belief and a knowing that everything that you're going to do in the day is going to take you further towards your dream life, your dream goal. And don't wake up in the morning worrying about people or your worries or finances or that relationship. Everything that's going to happen in your day is going to reflect back to you, and just say, I have indestructible self-belief, I'm going to have an amazing day. And then you could meditate on that, you know, sort of like just see yourself doing everything in your day with a knowing deep inside you that you believe in yourself, you believe in what you're doing is right, you're following your path, you've got clarity, and your life is flowing. You'll be in that right vibration to get, you know, to get that indestructible self-belief. But it's a habit. You've got to do it every morning. Make it a habit and just say it. I have got indestructible self-belief and I'm going to have an amazing day. So step number 2 is get to know your identity. What do you see yourself as? Do you see, you know, if you keep saying to yourself, I'm always late, I've always been a little bit overweight, anything that you say, like I am this, I am shy, I am bad at relationships. Everything you say, you're telling the universe what you are. And the universe is law-abiding. It'll give you everything you want, and it'll give you more of them things that you're saying you are. Say empowering things. Say, I am a genius creator. I have an amazing job. I have amazing friends. I have the soulmate, the most beautiful soulmate. I live in the house of my dreams. I go about this life, you know what, it just flows, the universe loves me. And just talk to the universe like that and say to yourself, you know, let's say for example, you want that top job. You want to be head of that department, let's say for example. And it's got a certain name. It's got, I am a, I don't know, what should we call it? Let's say your top job is called the chairman of marketing. Let's just say that, just for example. Instead of sort of saying it in the future, say to yourself, I am the chairman of marketing. I love my job. People take notice of what I'm saying. I absolutely adore it. Every day I go in, I'm feeling inspired. I love it. Can you understand what I'm saying? You've identified what you want and you're living it every day. And what you'll do is you'll get new neural pathways in the brain, and before you know it, you'll be feeling it, thinking it, and before you know, that job will come to you. It's because you're in the right vibration and you've matched that frequency. Another way of doing that is you could write down all your achievements so far, past, present, and what you want in the future. And don't say anything negative, because, you know, we don't want to bring any more negativity into our life, do we? We want to have a clear identity of who we are. And you can create that identity before it's happened. Because as I say, we're all energy, we're all on a frequency of vibration. When you feel, and I call it the law of meetup, that's my own analysis of it, because you're meeting that frequency. It's on a parallel reality. That chairman of marketing, that part of you already exists in the quantum field and a parallel reality. So all you've got to do is get into the vibration of it. If you're saying things like, oh, I want that job, but I'll never get that job, Peter over there will probably get that job, you're not helping yourself. You've got to have that belief that you'll get that job, and just keep saying it to yourself, and you'll get to a stage where you'll say it over and over and over again, and you'll just believe it, and then everybody else will believe it, because your outside is a mirror of your inside. So just believe that, you can get that job, you can get that partner, you can get the money you want, the holidays, the dream home, everything is there right on your doorstep when you start doing these steps to self-belief. So right, the third step to indestructible self-belief is think big. Think big. What do I mean by think big? When we don't believe in ourselves and we listen to everybody around us, we watch the news too much, we listen to what people say about us, we've got subconscious programming from when we're a child, we've got this lack of self-belief. How are you going to know how great you are until you go out and try? And this is what I'm inviting you to do. Think big and then act on thinking big. Like, say for example, you want to go on a huge adventure, but you're scared to go because you're frightened of the people you'll meet, or you're frightened whether you'll be able to do it. How are you going to know unless you try? And thinking big means getting out of your comfort zone. It means taking that leap of faith, getting out of your comfort zone, thinking big, thinking, yeah. And then once you've done it, once you've thought big, taken the action, you'll think even bigger and bigger. And then before you know it, your life will be amazing. It'll be amazing because you've had the courage to think big. Think big. And I try and do it all the time. I go hiking on these remote places on my own. And it's only in the last few years I've started doing that, because I used to go with a company called Explore, and although yes, it was a great adventure, I'd go like hiking to Montenegro, cycling in Poland and Morocco and all over the place. It's actually on my website, all my adventures, and it was wonderful and everything. But then I started to think, these adventures are all already organised for me. I'm not thinking out the box, I'm not thinking bigger. So I started doing things on my own, and yes, it was very scary. And the first thing I did on my own was walk the 500 miles across northern Spain called the Camino de Santiago. I did it over 2 years actually, because I got injured the first year. But that was really quite scary actually, and I had many challenges. And I'm in the process now of writing a book called The Camino, Miracles and Lessons Along the Way. I've actually finished it. I'm sending it to my editor next week for her to edit it. So that was really scary, and I got out of my comfort zone. But I did it, and when I did at the end, after I did it, it was such an amazing feeling, and I wanted to do more things on my own. Because when I'm on my own in an adventure, you actually meet more people because you're friendlier, and people are more likely to approach you too. Also, when I'm on my own, I do have challenges, and then I sort of like shout at myself. I get annoyed and sometimes start crying. I don't want to put that on anybody. But now, having said that, I do like going on things with people as well. But some of the adventures I love to do on my own. And the latest thing that I'm doing, that I've challenged myself to do over 4 years, is the Southwest Coast Path in Great Britain. It's the boot at the bottom, and it starts from Minehead all the way round to Poole in Dorset, and it's 638 miles. I'm not going to do it all at once. So I say I'm going to do it over 4 years. Last year I did the first 70 miles, and that was Minehead to Barnstable, and that was the first thing I've done on my own totally. I wasn't scared. I actually wasn't scared. When I was walking along the path, I hardly met anybody, but the people that I'd met were really friendly. And when I come back, some people say to me, "Oh my God, how dare you do it on your own? You know, you could have been attacked or something." I says, I don't think like that. I don't think like that. I like to get out of my comfort zone. I like to do things on my own. And hopefully this year, in September, I'm hoping to do Barnstable to Bude, which is 50 miles. Now, 50 miles don't sound long, but believe me, the southwest coast path, down, up, down. Oh, and it's so. Oh, some days I would arrive at a town to look for my B&B and be crying, so I was so exhausted. But at the end of that, when I arrived at Barnstable, it was such an amazing feeling because I did it all on my own. It was an experience I created on my own. And it's now given me my self-belief that I can continue over the next 3 years to do the rest of it. And I know I will. And I also raise money for charity water, which is close to my heart because I believe everybody in the world should have clean water. And I raised £300 for that. So yeah, all good. So that's just an example of getting out of your comfort zone. I invite you to do the same. Yes, it's scary. Yes, of course it's scary. But how are you going to know what you can do and what you can't do unless you try? You know, think big, think big. Number 3, think big. 4th step to indestructible self-belief is take responsibility. When you take responsibility, you know that everything that you do, all your thoughts, all your actions, all your feelings, everything, all comes from you. You can't blame it on anybody else. You can't blame it on the outside world for the way you're feeling. You've got to take responsibility. Admitted, when you're younger, you're in a vulnerable position because you're young and you're getting all these ideas from your parents, teachers, your siblings, everyone around you, and you were like a sponge and taking it all in. But now you're an adult. Take responsibility. Know that you can have this amazing life, and it is all up to you. It's not up to anyone else. Don't blame the government. Don't blame, people on the telly. Don't blame your friends or your partner. You can take responsibility for your life right here, right now. And if you follow those 4 fundamental steps to indestructible self-belief, you will have an amazing life. Because once you believe in yourself, the world's your oyster. You're confident in everything you do. You know that what you're doing is right because you're following that path. You're following your intuition. You're having clarity. And the universe will support you all the way. If you believe in yourself, I promise you that, and I hope you do it. I hope you follow these 4 steps. I'm doing it as well, and I'm always wanting to take that next step to self-belief and, getting out of my comfort zone. It's an amazing feeling. It's the only way to live, really. Any other way is just a mundane, boring life, isn't it, really? Have yourself an epic, amazing life. Create it for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. If you like this video, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification. In the description below, I'll put my new course, which is called Strive for High Vibe, which is five practices that I've been doing every day for 12 years and keeps me in this high vibration and helps me with self-belief. And also, I'll put in the link, it's free, a free LOA book that goes back 100 years. It was written by an anonymous millionaire. And it explains the law of attraction in simple terms. Because I think a lot of people are confused about the law of attraction, aren't they? And then also in the link below, there's a hypnosis called Health and Wellbeing Hypnosis. Again, it's free. And it helps you alleviate fear around your health and boost your immune system. I did say that was free, didn't I? Yeah. So I hope this resonated with you and you're able to cultivate self-belief because you're worth it. Of course you are. Everybody's worth it. They've got to get out there and believe in themselves and have indestructible self-belief. Have an amazing day, everybody. Blessings, much love, and namaste.